Imagine a quiet night in the far north, where the stars glimmer faintly above the icy fjords, and the cold wind carries whispers from an ancient time. From the lands of Scandinavia came stories of gods and giants, of battles and destiny, of love and betrayal. And among all the figures who walked these myths, there was one who stood apart, clever yet dangerous, amusing yet terrifying, a companion and an enemy all at once. His name was Loki, the trickster, god, the bringer of chaos, the one who could never be fully trusted. Tonight, let us wander through his tales. Unlike Thor, the thunder god, or Odin, the wise all-father, Loki's role is never simple. He is not entirely a god, for he was born of giants, the son of Farboti and Lofi. Yet, he is not fully a giant either, for he spent his life in Asgard, among the Aesir gods. Some call him Odin's blood brother, others say he is Thor's companion. But above all, Loki is known as a shapeshifter and a trickster. He could change into animals, into men, into women. He could weave words sharper than any sword. He could be a friend in one moment and a traitor in the next. That is what made him both fascinating and dangerous. Though remembered as a bringer of trouble, Loki was not always harmful. There were times when his tricks saved the gods themselves. One tale tells of a builder who promised to raise mighty walls around Asgard, but only if he was paid with the sun, the moon, and the goddess Freya. It seemed impossible until the builder's horse, Svadilfari, worked with impossible strength, and the deal was nearly won. The gods panicked, but Loki had a plan. He transformed himself into a beautiful mare, lured Svadilfari away, and the builder failed to finish the walls. From this strange trick, Loki even gave birth to a horse himself, the eight-legged Sleipnir, who would later become Odin's most loyal steed. From deception came one of the greatest treasures of the gods. But Loki's mischief rarely ended without consequences. Once, he cut off the golden hair of Sif, Thor's wife, just for amusement. Thor was furious and nearly killed him. To make amends, Loki sought out the master dwarves, who crafted wonders, a new golden hair for Sif, Odin's spear Gungnir, and the hammer Mjolnir, the weapon that made Thor the protector of gods and men. Yet Loki's darkest trick was far more cruel. Balder, the beloved god, had been made invulnerable to all things except for a single small plant, the mistletoe. Loki discovered this weakness. He crafted a spear from mistletoe and guided the blind god Harder's hand, who unknowingly hurled it. The spear pierced Balder's heart, and Asgard was drowned in sorrow. From that day forward, the gods could no longer see Loki as a companion. He had crossed into true betrayal. Loki's legacy of chaos lived on through his children as well. With the Giantess Angerboda, he fathered three beings of great terror. The first was Fenrir, the monstrous wolf, destined to one day devour Odin himself. The first was Fenrir, the monstrous wolf, from the moment of his birth. Fenrir grew at a terrifying pace, stronger and larger with each passing day. His hunger insatiable and his strength unmatched. The gods knew he was no ordinary beast, but a creature tied to destiny itself. The second was Jormungandr, the world serpent, so vast that it encircled the seas of the earth, fated to battle Thor at the world's end. And the third was Hel, the pale queen of the dead, who ruled over the shadowed realm of souls. These three children were not mere creatures. They were prophecies given flesh, shadows of doom that would one day bring the twilight of the gods. Prophecy foretold that when the end of Days Ragnarok finally came, Fenrir would break free from all chains and set upon Odin, the All-Father. In that final, cataclysmic battle, the wolf would open his jaws wide enough to swallow the sky and devour Odin whole. After Baldur's death, the gods had no more patience for Loki. He was captured and bound in a dreadful punishment. His body was tied with the entrails of his own son to a stone deep beneath the earth. Above him, a serpent dripped venom onto his face. His faithful wife, Saga, stayed by his side, holding a bowl to catch the poison. But each time she emptied it, drops of venom fell, burning his skin. Loki writhed in agony, and his violent shudders were said to cause earthquakes. Yet the story does not end there. The prophecies foretell that when Ragnarok comes, Loki will break free. He will lead giants and monsters into battle against the gods. And in the final clash, he will face Heimdall, the watchman of Asgard. Both will fall, slaying each other. As the world burns, Loki is a figure of paradox. He is the helper and the betrayer, the bringer of gifts and the bringer of death. He is chaos itself, unpredictable, unstoppable, and yet essential to the great story of the Norse gods. From the realms of frost and fire, he will summon forth an army of giants, creatures of nightmare, and his own monstrous children. The skies will darken with smoke, the seas will churn with fury, and the very ground of Midgard will tremble beneath their march. Loki will guide this host of chaos against Asgard's shining halls, not with honor, but with cunning and hatred sharpened over ages of torment. And so, as the night deepens and the wind whispers outside your window, remember Loki, the trickster, whose laughter echoes between light and shadow. Rest well, and may your dreams not be haunted by his sly smile in the dark. Soft music fades out. Black screen